the approval of the agenda.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the work session meeting agenda for June 17, 2026.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Any? All right, just for the record, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. The first one is a discussion item, and this is just for presentation introduction. Mr. Stevie Bass, could you come up for us, please, and introduce what you can do to help the city of Lithonia into awareness and all that good stuff?
Yes, ma'am. So, first and foremost, greetings and salutations to the council, City Hall. My name is Steve Badge. I played 10 years in the NFL in the city of I'm currently a manager of I'm running a nonprofit called the City Foundation. I'm into autonomy. And I'm formally the health and wellness ambassador for the city of Atlanta, the city leaders in office. And I'm here to present to you all some of the benefits that I think this ambassador can bring to the city of Lithonia and what it can help a city can derive. There's lots of benefits from education, innovation, collaboration. What my role is to go around to each department, different departments in the city, outside of this, right? We're talking about meeting, we're talking about health, we're talking about a number of things that can bring economic collaboration to the city as well. I have some notes here that I wrote down. You have education on the website, ambassadors can educate residents about healthy living, nutrition, things of that nature. There are a lot of people dying right now because of mineral deficiency. STDs, my word for them is spiritual disease. A lot of people have spiritual disease. Comes to them about, hey, how do we consumption of liquor? And how does that work? Out of here, there's health fairs, you got farmers coming out to the city. Those things are issues that we need to back. Those things are issues that we need to
Go ahead. So, what does that look like in terms of our role in that partnership? What are the expectations?
So, the city of Atlanta, of course, they had a different budget.
Yeah.
But I think that it could be something as simple as a small stipend per month to pay either company. I would come from all the different 5Ks or different community events that you already have in place, but I would also bring more ideas so that now we can collaborate with Stonecrest, collaborate with Carnegie, Martindale County, and we can start bringing more of that infrastructure in this area as a whole. I think that would help tremendously.
I have one more question. Do you currently already have like sponsors that work with you that partner with you?
Yeah, one nonprofit, CETA, we have sponsors, we have partners, but not necessarily for the health and wellness ambassador role, but we do have partners for what we do as a health and wellness organization. The CETA Foundation, which we're 3 years young, we've been doing this for a long time. My mother and I started this organization in Florida, Georgia, and Ontario. I played, half my career, like I said, in the CFL, but we do have partners. For the Cal Hospital Authority, that's one of our partners. They partner with us for our after-school enrichment courses. So we do after-school enrichment courses with the city of Atlanta. So all the parks and recs, we bring a curriculum called True Wealth to the students. We teach them about everything that they will get in the traditional education system. front of someone, they know how to articulate themselves properly, and they understand the importance of having balance. Teach them about financial literacy. It's a STEAM platform, so science, technology, of course, engineering, arts, and mathematics is our curriculum based on. They do that for a very long time. That's something else we can put into the city.
I have a program that the STEM program for people going where I was going to go.
Okay.
So we already have the Lithonia Resource Center. Right now, the main focus at this moment is working with the kids in the neighborhood. They're just the young adults, middle school. So we have different programs going on down here at our resource center. And let's say, can you check here? Where we can work with other agencies on programs. Have a space in the budget for that. In that grant. Without, I was thinking this way. We have
Collaboration is always good, especially when you don't do it, you don't work. But our lane is our lane, and it can be an asset.
And she already has a contract with those kids. The last time I talked to her, she said, "Oh, we had maybe with them the last time we went to the bookstore."
I think we can talk about the resource center and speak to this. I don't remember if I brought you down there.
I think I was there for like a community event. One day.
With Rick Center.
Yeah, the rec center. And all that down there.
Oh,
But I never met her personally and went there to see the young people, whatever. And I think that's another thing. Is a lot of our young people are exposed just to a lot of women in school, and then when they see another man and speak that they resonate with, that does change. And I've seen it with the city of Atlanta, and that's why we've been partnered with them for so long. If you want to know why we're interested in coming out here, we own some property here in my family now, so it just makes sense. If we're going to be in the community, we want to be able to give back in that space, proximity to where we are. So that's our line.
and then on top of that, doing something with the resource center. Lithonia football, I think I really need to get Lithonia middle, Lithonia high school. I think I told you about that as well. Because they need to see you to really talk to them and let them understand, the goals that they may have.
Yeah.
And it's struggle that, and it's things that's gonna happen that somebody real, that need to tell them.
Yeah.
Because it's good life.
Yeah, but and listen, I just found out this stat myself about a month and a half ago that only 30,000 were put on the NFL jersey ever. So like, for them to really recognize that they have a vision to play in the NFL, but there's a lot of different avenues that you have to go to get there. Now, I took the same energy that I did playing football and put it in real estate. I probably would have been way more successful financially than I did just playing football. But you don't know that because nobody who's played the game has been able to stand in front of them and tell them that. So there's a lot of different partnership with the city next. So I'm just happy that y'all get more to be able to come. I really appreciate it.
definitely. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. All right. We'll move on to chief. Discussion.
The dog park thing is a real different question. I did call the mayor, so I know we've been talking about turf. I've got 2 quotes, and I'm working on getting a couple more. The conversation I'm bringing to council is to kind of bounce ideas off and figure out if that's the right way to go, because we wasn't getting 49. So just looking at consent. Only because it is a lot when they come out to do these quotes. There's not a lot. I'm having to reach out to companies that are like, no, they don't charge us. It's just there's not a lot of companies that do it. The turf, like the actual pet turf, it is a great thing. And I've talked to several like homeowners associations that had mulch, grass, and turf. Mulch is actually the worst. I've heard from everybody here in Travis. Grass, the only issue they have with grass is depending on how many dogs you get depends on how fast the grass will die or how much maintenance you got to do. The turf, they said, is great. The only issue is you just got to make sure every month or so you spray it off, you hose it off, and spray it, it's not killing it. So, I mean, it's just, I did meet with 2 over the past 2 weeks. I've contacted 2 more, but they can't even fit us in for another 2 or 3 weeks. It is a lot to do the measurements. Just take it. I mean, I even had a guy who gave me a layout. And I said, hey, can you go based off of this layout? Just give me a quote. Yeah, and the thing about it is, it's a lot of, it's going to be graded. They got to grade it a little bit different. And they want the fence and any of the equipment in before they lay the turf down. Issue is, I can't put the fence in until we know what we're going to do. If we're going to go with turf, or if we want to go with grass at first and then visit turf, whatever we want to do. Because if we do grass, that little hill that's on the right side of the run will be great. If we do turf, they have to take that hill completely out and just level it straight out. I mean, the turf is done to look better. I mean, just before I go down this, I was sure.
Not the fence, but in terms of all the play toy things that we
So
decided on.
the equipment total for the equipment was 11,000 plus the 4,000 for the 2, so 15,000.
And then
That was we added the 2 not runs tunnels, and then the fence was 7,000, and then the 29,000, we'll call it 30,000, was for the sidewalk.
So it was about 65,000.
Correct.
And our budget was 150.
Correct.
It'll be under budget if we go. We should say we had to pay 55 for it. So, my opinion, we budgeted. We still under budget. It makes sense.
That's what
I don't think we budgeted for 150. I think 150 was out there, and from that, we were moving to one of the golf park, but it wasn't.
Well, if we didn't budget,
We did.
what was our budget?
$50 budget.
How much did we budget?
Actually, we were pulling from 150 because you were saying what we're using for the golf park was in total the 150.
Yeah, so originally we looked at 150 for the dog park, and then we were up to 29,000, 30. It was like, yeah, it was like 50,000 total so far before we looked at.
I just want to say the conversation. Do you think we budgeted for another amount?
I thought 150 was there, but if we voted on it and voted for that, can you pull that?
consensus.
It was a consensus. Go ahead.
That's what we would have compared to the 150.
Okay, plus we.
If we do the turf, nothing's gone up yet. But I haven't, outside of the equipment and the fence and the sidewalk, we haven't planned on anything else.
I have a question. I'm like, Stephen, I have a question. Perfect. I'm gonna be like you. Don't y'all kill me for this. Have we did a census of how many people in the community have a dog and how often that park would be used? If we are building a dog park, do we know how many dog owners we actually have in the community? I mean, we wouldn't want to put this money into a dog park and it's barely used, and the next thing you know, it's overgrown with weeds. So I just wanted to, I mean, it only makes sense if we're building this for the community, that the community actually wants this. So I was just wondering, how many dog owners do we have in the community, and if it would be used? Is there a way we can find out how many dog owners we have?
I thought the dog park was a good park. They have people outside the city that they come on the bike trip, Stonebridge. Well, let me back up. I thought that we had recently discussed the dog park because we were talking about development. And as an example of how we were talking about development, we talked about the developer that was going to do right there in Magnolia. You know, we started talking about people are going to start coming into our city to do this. Some curves. That's one thing that we do some curves when we start talking about things. And so I agree with you. But my caveat to that is we should never have it overrun. I don't care if that person is. That's a no.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand what you're saying. Like, if I put something and nobody's going to use it, I get it. But in my mind, in my opinion, I was more thinking of for development. Something to fill our city because right now we only have one grocery store. We only have one. Say a park and you're developing this $400,000 condo down the street. That's a hurt. So we got to get to the part where we have hurts like parking lot. Because you want people to come in and find these pieces of land and fields. Bring in families and stuff to get us more room time. I just thought it was a perk, not necessarily. Honestly, me personally, I couldn't see it's still a perk for what is to come in the future.
Two people would, how much money we putting into it, and it could go to, we could think of something that somebody's going to actually use. But I mean, if two people, that's enough to spend the money that the city wants to spend for a dog park, and you said it would never be overgrown. I was looking over there at the parking lot, and I know it's under construction, but it's overgrown with weeds in the front. It looks so, even being under construction, it seems we could pay more attention to how it looks.
We have to put it once after each on the list because it's current grass, right?
Because you have weeds as tall as trees. No, well, I'm staying on the point that, you know, you guys said it wouldn't be overgrown, and we have public property in the city that looks overgrown. So, so yeah, I would like to see, I mean, if you guys don't care, but I'm just saying, how often would it be used if it's just a perk, it's an expensive perk, I understand that too. It's just my question, that's it, don't shoot me.
No. I mean, I don't validate anybody. I guess my second question to that would be, how do you think we should go about trying to garner that data? What would be a way to do it? I mean, it could be done. I'm just saying, what would you think? Would it be a survey? Would it be mailers? How would we garner that information?
You could do a mailer, you can pick from mailer.
to do that, but at the same time, somebody was just asking, you know, what cousin does those parks? And we were talking, and she came to look at Mason building. But we was talking, and she was telling me that she didn't, and I don't know that well, but you know, I've seen from her. Not trying to get her out of the thing was where she told me most of the dog parks they well, people from different areas of different because they do that. You have a really good point. I'm going to ask you to do now. When we first said we were going to do it, I did like I walk around or either somehow I have told people we're going to have a dog park, and some of the guys have said, "Great, we need something here." So, but there might be that one or two that just might come. They did, but she said most of the people. Um, um, I don't know how I didn't go into how much you know was the objective.
So I
My baby's got dogs, and they use Lithonia use front yard as a play area for their dogs. Of course, my neighbors are very, very people who they do out, but I'm noticing because right out my front window, everybody uses Lithonia on for dog play. So that was one of my reasons for seeing the dog.
So I'll bring up, this is a, council project, I'll bring all the quotes that I get. Decision.
So you're gonna we're needing to know who's gonna do what when we build something, when we develop something, so it makes sense.
That's it.
Well, you did vote.
Well, yeah, it just makes sense to know how many folks own dogs in the park and how often it would be used. If it's actually something that the community knows about and is actually running.
I think it would be a great idea because you remind me of this every time when I say it. I thought that each one of us had like a quad of city that we make sure that our quad is up to date on whatever. So, like, maybe it's one of those things where we can have a conversation with our quads out here. Like I just said, I just on my side. Like, they want a dog park, and if I got a dog on my side. I got
And see, that's what I'm not seeing. And that's why I asked. That's why, I'm like, how many people? Because I see the one or two people walk their dog. The one guy that walks up Main Street. Another guy. There's a new guy. I think he's down at the place where we were about down on Swift. I think he walks his dog on the train track. But I don't think he knows anything. I don't even think he's in the city, but he walks in the city. And then there's another guy who walks, and I thought that might have been the same one because he stopped walking on the sidewalk. He stopped going down to the track to walk. I said, dog was pooping all over the city. Okay.
So I'm gonna bring it up. I'm schedule these quotes immediately. One guy is like 2 weeks out, the other one's like 3 weeks out.
Okay, so we're not making any.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it.
all right.
Parking lot project, just giving you guys an update. We are starting to receive bids for the parking lot. Once everybody has to have the bid in by July 1st. Once they have their bid in, we will send them out. We will bring it to the council July 6th for the run into any issues as far as the parking lot goes. Working on scheduling a meeting with Georgia Power, Atlantic SMI, Georgia Power Board, or less to get an idea of where they would need to put the power poles at, where they would need to put the light poles at, which of course they put in for us. Of course, it's just the light bills and the cost of us for the poles. Also working with them on the EV charging charging station that they've come and do for free, and it's no cost to the city. They just did it in Stonecrest, so it worked with that contact to get wherever with the charging stations. Should have more information. And the ones you guys have also working as well to gather quotes to get a what idea what it would be to relocate public works to the whole Boy Scout hut, which we talked about. We don't know whatever the bid comes in for the parking lot. If there's plenty left over, or there's a good there from what we kind of planned on, we would move them over there to keep them off of new parking rather than putting them across the new parking lot. So working that as a separate right now until I get all the quotes. That way we're not held up by saying, okay, cool, we got a good quote for the parking lot. Let's take another 3 months to figure out what we're doing. Yeah. So we'll be done in
Never did that.
2060.
Just like the dog park is, it's both sides. But if council wants to go through it, trying to figure out how many people can park, how many people think you want to park. Yeah.
I think that it's quite obvious that parking, we have a shortage of parking on Main Street. That's without being said. Everybody's looking around for a parking space, so that's pretty obvious. And
It's also, that's what it is. We can do one, two, and three. This is the way how everything works. But it's actually wrong place for different. That's why I want to see it again.
we could do it, but then I don't do it out. Well, you said you didn't know, and he's shaking his head. I don't know if he knows, but it's quite. You can ask the business owners. They absolutely know. They absolutely know. While I'm sitting here, they absolutely know that we have a need for parking.
That's all I have.
If I have to make a decision, I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So July 1st, just to confirm, July 1st, all the bids have to be in. They'll be reviewed. Yeah. Well, the first they have to be in, so that way they can be reviewed by myself and Harry to make sure that everybody is bidding for the whole project and they don't leave something out. Then between the 1st and the 6th, they can bring revisions. But you guys will have it for your agenda packet for the bid. So you should get it the Wednesday before. Yeah. Yeah. So you'll get it then. 6 is the big thing to make the parking lot.
Okay. And before you leave, could you tell us tomorrow, what's the time of the meeting tomorrow? You said?
6.
Thank you for the discussion. All right, and I'm noticing executive session, and there is a need for executive session for personnel, litigation, real estate, cybersecurity. I need a motion to go into that. Here's my motion to go into personnel litigation. Any discussion? Mike Tick,
Yes.
I need a motion, council.
I motion to come out of executive session and go back into our work session meeting.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much. We are back into our normal work session meeting. Today is Wednesday. It's now 6:47 p.m. I would like to go ahead and entertain a motion to adjourn.
No, may I have something?
Yes.
Down at the old school, Arabian Mountain, did a storytelling, and we also honored and a recognition for how it makes the Nathaniel Lee proclamation. I read the proclamation for Howard Nathaniel Lee. Do you remember it? Yes. So we did that inside because he wasn't there. He was on the telephone. Yeah. So yeah, he was very excited and thankful that we gave him that proclamation. And then there was storytelling time and some other stuff, items, giving out books. He wrote a book, and that was also raffled off down at the church. That's all.
Service for hours. It was really nice. A lot of people had wonderful things to say about them. And I actually learned some stuff I didn't know. So that was a nice service. And, discussion.